We are streaming. You are live on YouTube.
Alright, well, Extravaganza is live too. Dual action.
You're doing an Extravaganza race at 2 o'clock?
I'm working overnight.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Nah, it's actually pretty great.
I don't know about that.
Commence your starting lineup, sir.
Well, we have to do 4 heats first, Tony.
I will commence.
So I can give you the starting lineup for heat number 1.
Alright.
In heat number 1, on the pole, Philip Parker alongside Mark Guthrie.
To your car.
Then we've got Patrick Calgill and Mike Carroll. Kevin Corbett and Frank Womack. Mark Huron and Adam Beresford. Rain Butterworth and Bev Fresh. Isaac Groth and Peps Augusta. Thomas Farrer and Curtis Griffin. Brian Phillips and Nazmo Hawkins. Burt Grove and Dave Daniels in Heat 1, the top 5 transfer. The 6th and 7th spot will go to Heat 4 for their last chance to make the show. Heat 4 also scores points.
Wow.
Any of that confusing?
That's it?
That's Heat 1. Tony, you gave me 70 cars. This track only sits 20-something. So to be able to actually do this, I have to do 4 heats.
Anderson Speedway is in Indiana, right?
Last time I checked, it is in fact in Indiana, yes.
They didn't move it somewhere else.
No, they didn't put it in Massachusetts. Not with the spirit of Massachusetts. It's the spirit of America.
We have no stock car racing spirit. They'd race it.
I thought you had a track somewhere in Massachusetts. Where did I put
We
my
did.
phone?
We have the Alan Bestwick Speedway. I forget what it's called. Like August Speedway. We have a road course in the middle of nowhere, too.
You know what's really great? When I think I've hit play, and I haven't hit play, so nothing's happening.
I hate when that happens. I think it was 3 weeks ago I never recorded a race I thought I recorded. Very, wow.
Pace cars in. Philip Parker's going to lead the green in heat number 1. 50 laps for heats 1, 2, and 3.
I need your best commentary, sir.
Commentary. Parker will lead the first lap. Dave Daniels starting from the back is going to have to try to charge through. The points leader in danger of scoring no points this week.
Wow.
And look at that, we finally get to see the 81 car of Rain Butterworth. I don't think we've seen that car all damn season.
Wow.
There are definitely cars in this first heat that we have not seen all season, because I think there are now 70 drivers attempting and only 66 drivers have scored points. Like, I don't think Brian Phillips, Rain Butterworth, or Burt Grove have scored a point all season. And I guess there's somebody else that I'm forgetting. Oh, Bev hasn't scored a point all season either. And then you killed Frank Womack. I nearly put him, not Frank Womack, Joe Mersdorf. I'm looking at Frank Womack. You killed Joe Mersdorf, and I nearly put him in one of the heats, but wait a minute.
We can come up with an explanation for that.
Yeah, you killed him in a car crash, remember?
No, but if he came back, we could come up with something.
Yeah, it's his great grandson, Joseph Mersdorf. Joey Mersdorf. There we go. So Kevin currently sitting in the transfer spot. The transfer to the LCQ is looking like Guthrie and Womack at the moment. So I think for the LCQ in the feature, traffic will be a big factor, because it is a quick lap around Anderson. We're already 12 laps in. It's Kevin trying to put a move on Mike.
Get into the groove. Get into the move.
And now Mark Guthrie having a look at Mike Carroll. Mike having a hard time keeping the car down. Mark looking to the inside in 3 and 4. Door to door off the corner. Guthrie had the advantage. And Guthrie's going to clear him off into 1 and 2. Guthrie into the transfer spot.
Is he still driving the Muzzy car?
He's never driven that. It's the Nature Valley Granola Bars car.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know that there are any cars left in Bonanza that I didn't paint at this point. As the leader putting cars a lap down, Hawkins down a lap now, so is Fresh, and Burt Grove about to lose a lap. Losing a lap in this is basically death. As Patrick Calgill tries to give death to Bev Fresh. Nearly turns the Boeing number 94 into the infield. Kevin working on Mark for third. Oh, and Bev gets turned into the infield by Patrick Calgill. Still green. She bounces off the wall and continues. As Kevin moves up into the third spot. Kevin Hart, yep, Kevin Hart is in this race. Kevin hot on the heels of the 3 car, Patrick Calgill. As they go past the Top Secret 93 of Burt Grove. That's probably the first time we've seen this car all season too. And there
Love
it goes.
popcorn.
Well, if you love popcorn so much, why did you give the car to Burt Grove?
Oh, into the wall!
I guess I'm gonna pull up Twitch so I can see what the fuck's happening on yours. Probably want to turn the TV down. And on yours.
Should probably shut the window.
That looked like a decent-sized crash. Peps Augusta now holding up the 3. The front of the field starting to Constantino together a little bit as we are past halfway.
Morbid day for Clorox Man.
Clorox Man, take him by the hand, lead him to the cleaning product aisle.
Into the grandstand.
Oh no, I don't like that. Patrick Calgill going for the lead on Parker to the inside. Calgill now leads in heat number 1. Cowgill, both been passed by Kevin now. Kevin leads.
What lap is it?
36. It's like a 12-second lap. The laps click off really quick in these 50-lap heats. Kevin struggling to pass Isaac Grove. This is letting Parker and Cowgill come back to him as he tries the high side, which in a shocking twist didn't work. And here comes Parker looking for the lead back. Philip Parker leads again. Parker stretching away now. Inside 10 to go. Kevin holding tough in second. Parker misses the bottom in 1 and 2. Kevin within a few car lengths now. Maybe 1 car length. There at the quarter panel in 3 and 4. He misses the bottom again, side by side. Kevin to the bottom, looking for the lead. Takes it back from Parker. 5 to go at the line here. Here comes Cowgill. Looking for the second spot, gets the inside of Parker. Muscles him up off the bottom. And now he's looking for the lead to the inside of Kevin. Patrick Cowgill back to the lead. 3 to go. Cowgill leads. Parker now passing Kevin. They're all bottled up behind the 119 Cheerwine machine. Yellow, 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 there's been a crash. That'll be the event, and Dave Daniels was in the crash. That is probably going to be Dave Daniels done for the weekend.
He only gets 1 chance.
There's an LCQ, but he won't be in it if he was just involved in a crash that knocked him further back than 7th. Let's see, came off the corner. Oh, he turned Adam Beresford into the infield. And then got hit by Hawkins. So that was an ugly incident. And that will be the race. As we come to take the white flag under caution, Dave Daniels is going to slide back, as will Beresford. Neither one of them will be scoring points this weekend. Beresford sitting in the pit lane, so he's done. So your transfer spots, unless something happens in the last half lap. Transferring straight to the future, Cowgill, Parker, Corbett, Frank Womack, and Mark Guthrie. Mike Carroll and Mark Huron will get another chance in heat number 4.
Let's go.
Time for heat number the 2nd. I didn't blink the screen before I loaded the next page. Okay.
Driver.
Let's
Heat
go,
2, we
Larry.
have Aaron Cummings and Jared Mogard. Ken Joint, Broderick Whitman, Brennan Cruz Montevez and Doug Spark, Raybo Womack and Ronaldo Scott, Jackson Vetcher and Molitor Hill. That is... Who the fuck is even in that car anymore? Whoops, wrong button. Jared Shadle and Gene Stapleton, that's it. Joe Gobushi and Tom Barber, Reno Jackson and Yori Rodriguez, Larry Sheldrick outside of Seb Alexander at the back. Forgot who was in that fucking car anymore. It's great that somebody sent me a shit-ass video. Gonna roll this field anytime soon? Sure. You know you've done too many of these races and you forgot that Gentlemen Start Your Engines is at 5 minutes and the field rolls at 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think I have that down too. Field rolls off. Cummings is going to lead them to the green. Pace car in. Here we go. Heat number 2 is green. Let's go.
Good start from Hogard on the outside. Can he make it stay? Can he ho? Can he who? Here comes Aaron. Yee hee hoo. Hill into a transfer spot, but it's early going.
He's still driving the 66.
Yes.
All right. Rather single file so far in this heat. How many pit roads does that track have?
1.
And that's why you're doing 4 heats.
Yeah, well, it only parks 23. Well, technically 22, but I always add an extra one in the last spot because the player car won't be there. So the heats 1, 2, and 3 are 18 cars, 5 transfers, and heat 4 is 23 cars with 8 transfers. It had, I forget exactly how many cars it had in it by default. I think it had slightly less than 15 cars by default, so a bunch of extra cars get in.
Gotcha.
I have to remember exactly what the math was, but that's how it ended up working out. Because I think actually what I ended up doing is I think 6th and 7th from heats 1 and 2 got into that one, and then I think it was the 2 fastest qualifiers by time that weren't already transferred either into that or into the feature. Because I had 2 more spots and I couldn't exactly go, oh, heat 1 and 2 get a 3rd car in and heat 3 doesn't. That'd have been weird. Like, the math sometimes just gets weird, so I have to find weird ways to do it, otherwise it's completely fucky-wucky.
I saw you were doing 43 cars.
I have been doing 43 cars where I can.
Makes me very happy.
That's one of the things about this EXE is I can do 43 cars and I can give free passes and black flag cars and DQ cars. Like, when we have a car that... It also, now with the telemetry, it like tells me why the car's pitting over and over again. It usually is something like a fuel leak or a mechanical failure they can't fix. Then after they pit like 3 times, I just DQ them and they stop going out there and immediately pitting. It's great.
Do you do it in multiplayer or
No, single player.
just modded version of it?
It's a modified EXE that allows up to 45 cars. Just you select 45 cars and it goes. It allows you to use those commands on AI. So I can throw yellows. I can add subtract laps from AI cars. I can wave them around. I can send them to the end of the long sun. I've been doing that with inside 10 to go restarts. I've been given all the lap cars in the EOLL to get them out of the way. But I have to do them in order, otherwise I screw up their scoring, and it can get a little annoying to do that. So, it's unfortunate you can't put commands in with the sim pause. Otherwise I would just pause the sim, type in all the commands, and then resume. It's also one of the reasons I've still been doing replays. The newer version I have now, the frame rate isn't fucked, but I don't really like typing a bunch of commands in on stream. Ooh, here we go. Molitor Hill making a pass on Raybo Womack to move up to 4th.
Let's go, Raybo.
And now Ken Joint's going to pass him, move himself back up into 5th. Joint fading back, here comes Ronaldo Scott charging through the traffic, up into the 6th spot, as the 5th place is now under threat. Raybo going for the 4th spot, pushing Molitor Hill back to 5th. Here comes Ronaldo Scott trying to take the 5th spot away. And Ronaldo Scott's going to move up to 5th.
Who's leading?
Aaron Cummings leads, Brandon Cruz Montseves in 2nd, then Jared Mogard, and we still just about 5th. Raybo Womack battling for 5th, Ronaldo Scott, Roger Whitman, and Molitor Hill. Molitor Hill moves back up into 5th.
Let's go, Mogard.
I mean, he's in 3rd. That's all he needs to do. Roger Whitman moves up to 6th. Let's see if he can work his way forward here. Whitman up to 5th. As Molitor Hill fades, Whitman immediately looking for 4th from Raybo. And takes the spot. And Raybo fading back behind Ken Joint now. Ken Joint up to 6th. yellow, yellow. We're going to race back to it here. And then figure out what is brought out the yellow. Aaron Cummings is in the pit lane with damage. I think this is shaking up this whole heat. Did Aaron get forced into the... Oh! Lap car of Jackson Vatcher is going to spin the leader into the pit lane. And Jackson paid dearly for that.
Oh.
Vatcher has struck the blunt end of the pit wall at about 80 miles an hour. And,
Is he okay?
Well, he's done for multiple reasons. That has thrown Aaron Cummings completely down the running order because now he's had to come back around at pit road speed.
Well, he's not leading?
He was the leader, got crashed into the pits.
Yeah, but...
That has put him, I think, back to 7th with a badly damaged car. We're going to see how this sorts out. Vatcher's definitely done for the day. And Cummings is now coming in. That car is mangled.
Oh! What a move! We're good.
So let's wait for scoring to catch up, and I'll give you a rundown as we've got about 6 to go under caution here. Looking like it'll be a single file restart, so the officials are going to have to move some cars to the back of the line. Running order: Brandon Cruz-Manceves, Jared Mogard, Broderick Whitman, Ken Joint, Molitor Hill, Raybo Womack. Waiting for it to catch up because it's still showing Aaron at 7th. Jared Shadle. And it looks like Aaron is somehow maintained 8th. That doesn't make any sense. Wave around and reshuffle the lap cars has begun. 5 to go. Yeah, Aaron is in 8th spot, so he's not completely out of this. Unlike Vatcher, who's done. Down a lap, Tom Barber, Larry Sheldrick, Seb Alexander, Yari Rodriguez, and Reno Jackson are all down a lap and probably have very little chance of transferring without a big fucking crash. Oh no, not Craig, anyway. Lights out on the pace car. It's going to be a 3-lap dash. And we're just going to watch the battle for the transfer spots here. Because, yeah. Pace car's in. Green, green, green. Raybo immediately to the bottom, looking for that transfer spot. And he's got it. Cummings flat tire coming into the pits. That's going to be the day over. Mogard going for the lead, but we're watching the transfer spot. Raybo in at white flag here. Mogard leads. Last lap around the speedway. Raybo makes a move on Whitman to make himself safe. Checkered flag in the air. Mogard wins. Cruz-Manceves second, then Joint. Raybo Womack, Broderick Whitman transfer. Going to the LCQ will be Jared Shadle and Molitor Hill. We'll have to see once the next heat is done whether anybody else makes it through on qualifying speed. Ronaldo Scott did have a quick qualifying time, so he might make it that way. Heat 3.
Let's go, Mogard.
Heat 3 on the pole, Tommy Davis. Outside him is going to be Stephen Davis. Then Nigel Ramaswamy, David Courtney, Ramondre Diggs, and Scott Drake. Bernard Person and Oscar Ortiz. Stephen Lowe and Tony Tanto Jr. Lawrence Van Buren and Jim Gunk. Dwight York and Adriano Fraporti. Bobby Farrell and Baron McComas. Ben White and Jacob Stumpf is Heat number the 3rd.
Tim, you are the man.
Because I just got fucking wrecked?
You saved it.
The whole back end's knocked off the car.
Nah, you don't need that.
Pace cars in. Here we go. Heat 3 is green, green, green. At the front, a double dose of Davis. Tommy takes the lead. Steven gets shuffled by Nigel. Steven Davis back to 5th. And still stuck on the outside. Here comes Stephen Lowe to the bottom.
Give me the top 6 rundown.
It's a little in flux, but currently, 5 laps in, it's Tommy Davis, Ramondre Diggs, Nigel Ramaswamy, Bernard Person, and Stephen Lowe, top 5. In the 6th spot, we've got Scott Drake. And somebody's had an engine failure. The 19 has blown a motor. Done for the day is going to be Ben White. That's a lot of smoke, and that's the pace car. Alright, there we go.
Made the most of that opportunity.
Yeah, by blowing the fucking thing up. I think he may have even hit the wall coming into the pits to retire it. No yellow. amazing how quick these heats are clicking off. We're about halfway through. Feel very single file where it matters. Tommy Davis leads by nearly 2 seconds over Ramondre Diggs. Although that gap is now closing.
At 17 minutes at 4:25.
What is it, a pizza?
Yeah. Costco Supreme. With
That's how you pronounce that?
How do you pronounce it?
Costco. There's a T in there. It's Costco.
I thought you were talking about Supreme.
Yes, it is Supreme.
You're right.
The Costco is one of those, just like fucking Kevin with Sunoco and Wheeling.
What does he call it, like Sunoco or
He
something?
calls it Sunco and Whalen. And I'm like, no, Whalen is a different company.
Bob Marley and the Wailers.
There's another one that people do that with. I'm trying to remember what it is. Whalen and the Jennings. I mean, then I've got the two that I pronounce wrong on purpose because I think it's funny.
What's that?
Tarjay and Domino's.
Tarjay. Like Tarjay Spears?
No, like the store that their logo is the big and red and white bullseye. Tarjay.
What product do they make?
They don't make anything. They sell stuff. They're a competitor of Walmart.
Nobody competes with Walmart.
Tarjay does. It's a much nicer establishment than the Wally World.
I got it.
You figured out who I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't know what Wally World. No, it's not Walmart.
Yeah, you know what it's called, Wally World?
I like it. No.
Oh, I know one I have a friend that pronounces wrong on purpose. Buc-ee's that they mispronounce.
What do they call it?
You're not gonna like this. They call it Bussies.
What?
Buc-ee's. They call it Bussy.
What's Buc-ee's?
It's a convenience store chain that's slowly spreading from the south.
Be a long time before they get up here, sir.
Smash cut, you're walking home tomorrow. Oh my god, is that a Buc-ee's? Ooh, Scott Drake looking for fifth. Here he comes, the inside of Stephen Lowe. That's good timing for it. We're inside, 10 to go. This heat has flown by.
After the 10 to go, I would like to talk to you about a subject.
Okay, is it mathematics?
That's involved. There's ones in there, yeah.
One is the loneliest number that you ever knew. Two is just as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one. Is that what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah.
Lowe charging back on Scott Drake to the quarter panel. Gonna take a look here into turn 3 to the bottom. At the line with 5 to go, he's got the spot. Here comes Tony Thumpto Jr. behind him. Gotta hold him off for 3 more laps. Scott Drake looking to the inside of Stephen Lowe again. Down the backstretch, they're door to door. Drake reclaims the transfer spot with 2 laps remaining. Correction, 3 laps remaining. I am counting for the leader. They're not the leader. There'll be 2 to go this time, by. Steven trying to mount a charge back to get this on the last lap. White flag in the air through 3 and 4. Steven closing. Scott misses the bottom in 1 and 2. Steven close, but I don't think he's close enough for 3 and 4. He's going to dive it. Not close enough. Checkered flag. Scott Drake will hold on to the transfer spot, transferring in order. Tommy Davis, Ramondre Diggs, Nigel Ramaswamy, Bernard Person, Scott Drake. And the LCQ will be Stephen Lowe and Tony Tonto Jr. Speaking of that LCQ heat number 4, it's about time for that. Alright, so what do you want to discuss? We got a 30...
Sir.
What'd you say about Felix Sabates?
Kenny Wallace makes fun of Formula One for not having winners other than one guy, but
Kenny Wallace is wrong, so...
In this case, I have very much enjoyed Formula One racing.
Alrighty then, so time for the starting grid for the LCQ.
You don't have an opinion?
I said Kenny Wallace is wrong.
Aren't you excited that Lance Stroll and Charles Leclerc and George Russell and Lewis Hamilton are all winning?
I think you've only named one driver there who's actually won in the last 2 years. And, no, maybe 2. And Lance Stroll sucks. Fuck that guy.
What?
Lance, we can have a whole discussion about that once I do the starting grid. On the pole, Mark Curon, then Mike Carroll, Ronaldo Scott, Doug Spark, Brandon Rains, and John Cheeseman. P.D. J. Zeller and Tony Tonto Jr., Matt Bontempi, and, actually, I think I got off by, no, am I off by a row? No, that's Scott Deutsch. Okay. Stephen Lowe and Connor Germain, Joe Polson and Ron Stout, Jack Painter and Alex Stello, David Baldinger and Brian Lowe, Molitor Hill and Jim Fitzmaurice, JT Armstrong, Jared Chadle, and shotgun on the heat is Stefan Harding. This is a longer one. This is 150 laps.
The last... What? Why
Yes.
is it 150 laps?
Because it's the LCQ, and it's the Andes Frozen Custard 400. The main race is 250 laps. This one's 150. That equals 400.
I got it.
It's a little fucky-wucky. I would have liked to have maybe done it differently, but this is how I had to do it to make it work. I would have loved to have been able to just do 3 heats and not an LCQ at all.
Who is Oscar Piastri's teammate?
Lando Norris.
That's who I meant to say, not Lance Stroll. I'm sorry. And Tim, Lewis Hamilton won last week.
Yes, that was one of the 2 that you named that had won.
George Russell?
Yeah, I think George has won in the last couple of years. Pace cars in.
He won 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you're right. I forgot that he won that race when everybody else killed themselves in front of him. Green flag's out.
Charles Leclerc.
I don't think Leclerc's won in a while.
He won in Monaco.
You know what? You're right. He did win the Monaco race. Sorry,
Where have you been,
You know what it is? I got really hung up when you started with Lance Stroll.
Yeah, I fucked that all up. My bad. Is Larry Van Buren in this race?
No, Larry's been eliminated from racing for the evening.
Who's in this race again?
I've read the whole starting grid.
I know. Who's leading?
Mark Huron.
Alright. How's Ramondre doing?
Ramondre Diggs already qualified.
what lap times are they running?
It's a 12 or 13 second lap depending on traffic.
You said they started and then lap 1 was like the next thing you said. So I'm like, it's got to be like 14 seconds. Is it a quarter mile?
It's a like third-mile track. It's a small little boulevard. And we're already on lap 12. Like the LCQ is a 32-minute replay. The 250 lap main is an hour and 10 minutes.
Well, you just did 3 50-lap heats in like 30 minutes, so yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, cautions are the thing that slow it down. We had a caution in 2 of the heats. And this one has more cars, so there's more traffic and more chance for cautions, I suppose.
This Purple Thunder Mountain Dew tastes great.
Tony, we don't need the drinking ASMR, thank you. Ron Stout goes down a lap. David Baldwin are next on the victim list.
It's a bit too rough to be ASMR.
You don't know anything about ASMR. You can be as rough as you want. And there's your creepy ASMR for the day.
Trying to compare that to a NASCAR driver, but I can't think of one.
So there was a post on Reddit this morning. What NASCAR driver would the Mothman be a fan of? Posted by user, I believe it was licking Mothman's feet. And I was trying to think what NASCAR driver is the most like a cryptid. The only one I could think of was who was it? L.W. Miller. L.W. Wright.
L.W. Wright.
Yeah, that's the closest I could think of to a NASCAR cryptid. As Mike Carroll looks for the lead.
Did you say Mothman?
Yes, Mothman.
I thought you said Waffle Man at first, then you said Mothman the second time, so I'm like, you must have said Mothman. Could use a good waffle though, but I guess pizza will do.
I'm going to be having tacos later with a friend of mine.
Dude, just ignore the friend, just take the tacos, man.
I mean, I was going to make tacos anyway, and then my friend's like, hey, mind if I come hang out for a bit tomorrow? It's like, don't bother me any, I was going to make tacos and join me for dinner. It's like, oh, sure.
I don't like the way he said hey there.
What do you mean?
Hey.
What are you insinuating, Tony?
You sounded kind of high the way you were doing it.
I mean, they might have been, but I don't know. I have interesting friends, Tony.
Yeah.
We need to get you some interesting friends. What's a niche of meeting you want to get involved in?
You guys aren't interesting?
We need to get you some interesting in real life friends, Tony.
I have enough friends, thank you. I'm done. No more.
Oh, we need to get you some fun in real life Alaska friends to hang out with. Like go to the bar and have a cheeseburger and some popcorn.
Look. I spend enough time with people at my job. I'm done. 40 hours a week is fine.
A couple of my friends find the way you say popcorn very funny.
It's New England accent, sir.
Yeah, but maybe they find it funny because they're into pups.
I like pups if they come in a Jiffy Pop bag.
Tony, we're not talking about the same thing.
Lap 72 rundown. Dakota Wilkins, your leader.
Tony redirects from the discussion about pups. Carroll leads here on lap 30-something. Top 8, Mike Carroll, Mark Huron, Ronaldo Scott, Petey J. Zeller, Matt Bontempi, Doug Spark, Jack Painter, and Stephen Lowe as we run.
All those guys are from different states.
Are they? Run away, it's a dog! Cars continuing to go laps down. Mike working his way through traffic, just lapped Alex Stello. Mike's working the traffic pretty well, up to a second and a quarter gap over Mark Huron.
I'm gonna get my Supreme.
Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza Tivoli. Did you know, at Spencer's Gifts, you can buy a Krusty Krab pizza t-shirt?
No, I thought you were gonna say Krusty Krab pizza.
T-shirt. I got me a couple of Stitch t-shirts when I went to Spencer's last week. I considered buying for a friend of mine the t-shirt that says "Don't bully me, I'll come," but decided that was maybe inappropriate. Carroll lapping through the field, getting close to the top 10 now. Jay Zeller about to go a lap down. And Mike Carroll is lapped up to the 11th spot. Stephen Lowe goes a lap down. Mike Carroll lapping into the top 10 now. Mike Carroll's put all but 6 other cars a lap down.
I'm gonna be straightforward with you.
Down.
I thought that was my pizza.
Doing what?
What you did.
You mean that?
Excellent rendition, sir.
I mean, I just have squeakers on the desk. I have squeakers and an absurd amount of dice and toy cars.
What toy cars do you have?
Let's see, I've got Ricky Rudd's 1997 car. I've got 3 1973 Porsche 911s, a 70s Honda Civic, a 1967 Lamborghini Miura, a 1989 Porsche 959, a 1989 Porsche 944, a 1993 Porsche 911, a RX-7 FD, a 90s AMG, 2 Audi Quattros, a rally and street version, the Alfa Romeo? It is a Alfa Romeo GTV6, 90s NSX, a Volkswagen pickup, Ward Burton's 2003 scheme, a 60s Aston Martin, and Mike Skinner's 1997 scheme. Oh, and a Honda Civic hatchback. What else do I have? Any other cars. I think that's all the cars on the desk. I've also got a DC-3 and a P-38.
So you're telling me you have Mike Skinner's 1997 car?
As a diecast, yes.
What sponsor is it?
What do you think?
Is it Lowe's?
Yes, it is.
Just testing you.
Tony, I have the two most commonly created because of you paint schemes in my diecast collection on the desk because you ask for them so often that I just need them for reference.
Wait, you bought that because you wanted to reference?
No, Tony, I bought this in 1997. You just happen to very frequently ask for paint schemes that are that.
You bought that in 1997.
Yes.
Oh!
I don't like the sound of that.
You bought it.
Yes, with my allowance money.
Oh. I guess allowance was a big thing in the 90s.
Yes, that is how kids got money in the 90s. Let's see, what else on my desk? I have a penny, a couple of plush animals, a 3D printed little articulated fox fellow, a candle.
Did you say Ricky Rudd's 1997 scheme?
Yes.
It's a damn good scheme.
Yes, like I said, 3D printed articulated fox, a candle, stapler, some tape, thumbstick, a Sharpie, a calculator. On the shelf under the desk, I have Johnny Benson's, I think it's Johnny Benson. Johnny Benson or Michael Waltrip, like 1997 Pinto car. I've got a Ferrari F40. I have some stickers. A sticker that says I voted. Some stickers to my friend Kai. A notepad. A Porsche 911 GT1. And Express gift card. I got a lot of stuff on this desk.
Johnny Benson, sir. The yellow with
Yeah,
30
the
on it.
Yeah. That is the one.
Flying banana.
Doug Spark about to go a lap down. Mike Carroll has now lapped all but the top 5. As we near the 100 lap mark. Are we going to run 150 laps caution free here in this heat?
Who's the top 5?
The cars on the lead lap, in order: Mike Carroll, Mark Huron, Ronaldo Scott, Matt Bontempi, and Tony Tonto Jr. are your top 5.
Top 6 make it in.
Top 8.
Ooh.
6th is John Cheeseman. 7th, Doug Spark. In 8th, Jack Painter. As the ratio is top 8. If I did my math right, it's top 8. Guzman has gotten his lap back the hard way. 6 cars on the lead lap now.
Let's go. Teammate of James Mersdorf.
Mike Carroll might be fading.
Not anymore.
Joe Mersdorf.
Yes.
James Mersdorf would be the replacement driver in that car next season. That's it. Although I don't think we need to add more cars to Bonanza next season. Oh no, not Alex.
The flying banana.
The flying Johnny Benson scheme. Mark Huron closing on the leader. Gap down to 2 1/3. A lot of traffic in the way though. Seconds even lost on round is continuing to come down. Gap went back up that lap. Mark has hit some traffic. Is trying to settle in back up to 2.5 now. 25 to go at the line. Secondary crash coming back to the yellow?
It didn't look related to the yellow either.
Not really, no. They almost caught out the original.
Kelbo is dead.
Probably finally took the 14 out of your race, though.
He hasn't wrecked much all year, but in one race, he has made up for it.
That was a couple of big hits all at once.
You got through there pretty good.
I sort of got lucky twice.
Better count your blessings.
Thing that hasn't been happening in many of the races I've watched. So have you been very happy to see the pit crew variety for Bonanza now?
Did you paint your schemes?
Did you not? I've been doing it for like a couple of months now that I put new pit boxes into almost every car.
I'll have to pay attention to it.
Yes, this is a track where it's noticeable. I don't think I got through there like I thought I did.
Yeah, I was wrong. You hit like 3 things.
That's unfortunate. That seems more like kind of like I've been having.
You are in the top 10 in points somehow.
Yeah, I don't know how that's happening. Every race I watch, I DNF out of, so I just kind of stopped watching the races to try to help that not happen.
I think with 45 cars, as long as you don't finish like 40th and finish 32nd, you're good.
Coming up on 10 to go, it looks like we might get this whole heat in without a caution. Let's do the commentator's curse again.
Pit stop of the year. Whoa!
Woo! Tony Tonto Jr. goes down the lap inside 10 to go.
He'll make it though.
Well, he's P5 right now. But having been on the lead lap made it a little bit more comfortable if the yellow came out.
Do these guys still get points? Even
Yes,
if they don't
everybody
make
in
it?
this heat will get points.
Alright.
6 to go. I think Mike Carroll's got this. He's got a 2.5 second gap still. Number of cars in your race that are just royally fucked, huh? Three to go. So Tony, did you buy the new street stock?
You were keeping up with the 8th pack back there in like 30th.
The 8th pack. 2 to go.
Is there a new street stock?
Well, technically 2 of them, but it's a package deal.
What is it? Like replacing the old one?
It doesn't replace it, goes with the Thunderbird and the Monte Carlo.
Oh, I like that idea.
Yes, I've been mostly running the Thunderbird, although mine's branded as a Thunderwalks. Checkered flag in the air. Mike Carroll's going to win the LCQ and transfer in. Mark Huron's going to be second. Matt Bontempi going to come in third. Fourth, Ronaldo Scott. Fifth goes to Tony Tonto Jr. Sixth, PDJ Zeller. Seventh, Doug Spark. And eighth, Jonathan Cheeseman. Time for the feature race. 250 laps.
What's the final running order?
That we'll get to that when we have the whole thing for the point standings, because that'll make it easier to parse. Jesus Christ, Tony.
Holy shit.
Holy 4 wide, Batman.
Here we go!
They are trying to have a massive accident.
Oh!
I'm gathering they have the massive accident. What the fuck was that? Starting grid for our feature event on the pole, Mike Carroll alongside Philip Parker, then Ken Joint alongside Frank Womack, Mark Huron alongside Guthrie. That's Mike Guthrie, right? No, yes.
Whoa!
So
Whoa!
Where is Ryan going?
I love extravaganza!
He just hip checked that one into the wall. Then we've got Jared Mogard and Patrick Calgill, Ronaldo Scott and Kevin Corbett, Tommy Davis and Tony Tonto, Matt Bontempi outside of Brandon Cruz Manceves, John Cheeseman and PDJ Zeller, Ramondre Diggs and Broderick Vittman, Scott Drake and Doug Spark, Bernard Person and Nigel Ramaswamy, and Shotgun on the field, Raybo Womack.
Whoa.
Mac. I don't think I need to wait the full 5 minutes for this grid.
Who's on the poll?
Mike Carroll, winner of the LCQ.
Nice.
I also should probably jump over to my stream and just make sure I'm actually still broadcasting.
Is there a way to set qualifying on your mod?
No, but you can use the same tool that already exists.
What's that?
The, fucking, whatchamacallit, there's the save editor. Just realized that I had the screen blanked. I was worried I did. Now, did I succeed in unblanking the screen is the question.
There's too many vegetables on this slice. Never seen a yellow onion before.
When you caramelize them, that's how they get. Why is my screen not unblanking? Am I hitting the wrong key command? Okay, there we go. I think we got it now. I'm super nervous. I just broadcast the entire LCQ with a fucking title card over the screen, but whatever.
Nah, we're good.
I usually have it up on the TV behind me so that I can keep an eye and make sure that it's, working correctly and seeing chat and all that. But, alright, we roll off. 250 laps around Anderson. Will Mike have the same dominance that he had in the LCQ?
Who's on outside pole?
Philip Parker.
Ooh.
Pace cars in. Green. I keep looking at your timeline, Mark. You're almost into the race. You're just almost into the part 1 replay, aren't you?
Yeah, we're getting there. Well, they might speed up really fast.
Tony hit accelerate time. It's a shame that when you accelerate time, it doesn't actually, have a replay for you to watch. I don't know how that would work, but it'd be kind of cool.
In NASCAR Racing 3, you can.
I think the M2 engine did that too. You would hit accelerate and they would just move really fast.
Yeah. Maybe the graphics were too intense for the other games. Tim, you are top half of the field, 23rd.
Mike Carroll leads. As we get this party going, Ken join up to second. There's the action in the middle of the field.
Is Womack in the race?
There are 2 Womacs in the feature event, so yes.
Is Daniels in? No, he didn't make it. That's right.
Correct. He crashed in his heat and was eliminated. No points for the points leader. That will tighten the points up because the points leader scores no points when he doesn't get points. That will change the points. Can I complain about something stupid that fucking Rick Allen said during the Iowa race?
Sure.
Did you catch that he had the factoid that this was the first NASCAR race in the Midwest since the race in the 50s at Soldier Field? Let me know when you catch what's wrong with that.
There's so many things wrong with that.
Go ahead. Parse out what's wrong with it.
Well, for one, you and I both have different definitions of the Midwest.
A lot of people have different definitions of the Midwest, but let's just accept his definition that Chicago's in the Midwest.
Well.
Go ahead, say it.
It's too obvious to say.
That we raced in Chicagoland for years, and there was literally a race this past weekend in Chicago?
And all those years that Indy that we run.
Yeah, Indy probably counts. Gateway certainly counts if Iowa does. Like, I don't know what that stat was, but it was absolute bollocks, and the fact that he didn't read it and go, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense, just proves how brain dead he is in the booth.
That is pretty bad.
I hate watching NBC races. What did you think of the Chicago 30 laps of racing?
I thought it was great, actually.
The 30 laps we got were great. It's a 75-lap race, and we've never seen full distance in it.
The Xfinity race was fantastic,
actually. Yeah, I can go back and watch it. They need to start that race earlier in the day, maybe not run it 4th of July weekend, and maybe, see if that helps us, because we keep running into darkness with it.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing about Xfinity. The sun was out, the camera angles were amazing.
Either that, or they need to get lights for the Chicago street race.
I think they should do it for 3 years, and then we can look back and say we did that, then go back to Chicagoland.
Or try another street circuit. Like, we've done 3 years in Chicago, now let's do it a few years in Detroit, or Pittsburgh, or
don't do Detroit.
Oklahoma City, or Seattle, Portland, Las Vegas,
Pittsburgh,
Albuquerque. I was trying to think of states that don't have a race. Boston.
It's too close to New Hampshire.
The other Portland. Milwaukee. Los Angeles.
Let's race around the Milwaukee Mile.
Sault Ste. Marie. No, we'll race around the industrial park that used to be fucking Auto Club.
Did they finally tear it down?
Have you not seen the pictures? There's only a third of the front stretch, and everything else is gone.
I don't want to look at it.
I don't want to wait for my life to be over, but Ken Joint now leads. We were watching battles in the middle of the pack and missed the pass for lead, but now he doesn't lead anyway because Mike Carroll took the spot back, so I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. Mark Guthrie going a lap down.
Dude, some extravaganza team needs to hire Mike Carroll.
Yes, some extravaganza team probably needs to hire Dave Daniels and Frank Womack while we're at it.
Too old. I mean, Dave Daniels is racing in this race, so already happening.
your halfway break, you should jump onto this stream real quick just to see these pit boxes. They're glorious.
We're halfway next lap, sir.
Yeah, but I'm in your replay. Your halfway replay stoppage.
I'll look at it after the race.
I really thought Foley was about to just turn JB there. Mike is putting quality cars laps down already. Next victim, Philip Parker, the outside pole sitter.
Did you know Foley was singing in Milwaukee last week?
That doesn't shock me. Kevin Corbett, unscheduled pit stop under green. Oh no. That is going to drop him at least 2 laps down. Maybe even 3. It's going to be hard to get that kind of laps back here. The car's already going a lap down, but maybe we'll get some yellow fever and we'll be able to get a few. Also, tires probably matter. Zeller and Philip Parker fighting to be the last car on the lead lap, just ahead of the leader. He's got a 2-second gap over Ronaldo Scott.
Let's go, Reese's.
And the double O goes through, and Parker going to go down a lap. We got an interesting collection of cars in shot. We got Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Spam, Nature Valley Granola Bars, and Diet Dr. Kelp. A disgusting meal combo if I've ever heard it.
Who's driving the Kelp car?
Philip Parker.
Oh yeah.
The Uber. Nearing the 50 lap mark.
Speaking of Reese's, do you know if the Competition is racing this week?
If their class is running at Canadian Tire, they should be. As Guthrie going to get his lap back the hard way.
They're at Mossport this week?
Yes, I believe that is where they are racing this weekend. Laps in the books. 200 to go. As Andre Diggs is going to go down a lap now. It's been a very disappointing season for that team. Both of their cars show flashes of brilliance and then go up in colossal just puffs of smoke or sparks or fire occasionally.
They shouldn't have went to 2 cars.
They're 2 good-looking cars, but they occasionally come back on the hook. Way too occasionally, I would say. Although, good run so far for Ronaldo Scott, sitting P3.
Let's go. Ramondre didn't make it.
Andre Diggs just went a lap down.
Oh, you're right.
Tony, do you have the cognitive ability of our Commander-in-Chief Joe Biden?
Lesser.
Lesser. You're his lesser, got it.
Where's Mark Huron running?
P9, Ken Joint, slowly closing in on the leader, under 2 seconds now.
Tim, he's in 9th in this race too.
Weird.
What a run.
What a move.
The Canadian Master.
I forget that he's Canadian. He's so non-Canadian, I forget he's Canadian. Ken Joint is closing on the leader, but there's traffic in the way. There's ego in the way.
Excellent song. Ooh, the bump and move.
Now Ken getting held up in some traffic of his own. Mike has put Mark a lap down again. I guess I could go through the field. That's a good way to induce a caution. Currently leading, Mike Carroll in P2 with a lap car between them, Ken Joint. In third, we've got Patrick Cowgill, just having passed Ronaldo Scott in fourth. P5, Brennan Cruz-Mansevitz. In sixth, Jared Bogart, having just gone around the 78 of Tommy Davis. Tommy Davis now fighting Mark Huron. Let's see how this goes. Huron's going to take the 7th spot, I think it is, yes. Takes P7 away. In 9th, Nigel Ramaswamy. 10th, Raybo Womack has just passed Frank. Oh, correction. Is Frank down a lap? Oh, Frank is down a lap. Frank is the last car 1 lap down, getting passed by Kevin right now. Kevin is 2 laps down. In 11th, Bernard Person. 12th, Scott Drake. 13th, Doug Spark. 14th, another Pontiac, Tony Tonto Jr. 15th spot belongs to John Cheeseman. 16th, last car on the lead lap is PDJ Zeller. And trying to get his lap back from the leader right now, Mark Guthrie. He's done it. Back on the lead lap goes Guthrie in P17. Down a lap, we've got Ramondre Diggs, Roger Whitman, Philip Parker, Matt Bontempi, Frank Womack, and down 2 laps, Kevin Corbett. What a quick through the field when there's only 23 cars. And I didn't cause a caution. Ken Joint, no traffic between he and the leader, closing in. The gap's half a second. Let's get an off-board. Let's get a front bumper camera. Ken tries to close in on Mike. Mike with cars scrapping ahead of him. Not going to be easy to get through that. that lap, but I think Ken's going to have it the next time around, and he clears him off of turn 2. New leader, 33, Ken joined.
Let's go.
Carroll now getting shuffled by Parker, a lap down car as PDJ Zeller goes down a lap to Ken join.
Let's go, Tobacco.
Time management. I'm expecting somebody at 4. It is 3:20, and I don't know that this race will be over by then, and I also needed to take a shower. Uh-oh. Maybe there'll be a bunch of caution that I can fast forward through.
Take a shower.
During the race?
Sure.
I might end up doing that here in a second. Certainly prep for the shower. I need to play in that razor.
Timothy McDonald is 1 lap down.
Ooh, yes. Mike Carroll going for the lead. Side by side through 3 and 4. Carroll takes the lead back at the line. Trying to stretch the gap back out. Doug Spark next car to be a victim to go down a lap as we near the lap 100 mark. Laps in the books. Trying to mount another charge for the lead here. Starting to hone in again. Patrick Cowgill closing on the both of them. Spark's gonna lose a lap here. What Mike was looking for, put a car between him and the two chasers that are hot on his heels now. Scott Drake has gone down a lap. In your race gonna have a secondary crash?
Yeah, and this one again had nothing to do with the first one.
Other than maybe they got bunched up as they passed the first one.
Maybe.
Past halfway. And Ken has taken the lead back. I looked away at your race and there was a lead change in mine. How rude. Next victim to go down a lap, Rainbow Womack. Yellow, we have a caution on the Speedway.
Oh boy.
Roderick Whitman has come to grief. Oh, no, he's gotten hooked by Mark Huron down the front, charred to the inside wall, and that's taken him and a few other cars, including the 78, into the wall in turn one. Caution, 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 caution. Mr. Crab, caution. Is the caution
absolutely?
Everybody's going to pit under the yellow. Let's figure out who's the leader after the pit stop. So most everybody pitted. The field's all scrungly. Okay. Cars going to get waved around here because they're not where they're supposed to be. Leader Patrick Cowgill. Then we have Tommy Davis, Mike Carroll, John Cheeseman, Mark Huron, Scott Drake, Philip Parker, Doug Spark, Tony Tonto Jr., Matt Bontempi are the top 10 as we get ready for a restart. Green, green. an immediate crash of Corbett and Carroll in the wall.
Did you say Carroll?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I think I see what's going to happen here, and I think this might have been John Cheeseman's fault. 3 wide in the middle. Hey, he got pinched. They didn't know they were 3 wide, and that pinched everybody in. Oh, Mike got lucky that I think that's not an actual opening in the track wall there. Otherwise, he would have been sent to the dead zone. Either he got super lucky that he just sort of brushed it, but a bunch of cars did just get laps back out of that. Alright, lining up for another restart. Running order. Cowgill, Tommy Davis, Cheeseman, Mark Huron. Mike Carroll is still up in the top 5. Probably from the pit stops. He probably stayed out. Ramondre Diggs, Scott Drake, Nigel Ramaswamy, Tony Tonto Jr., and Philip Parker in the top 10. Some of the cars that lost the lap in bad pit stops trying to work to get it back, including one-time leader Ken Joint. He's back on the lead lap, now needs a caution.
Oh! Oh my god! Horror.
Oh, big crash. That's ugly. Oh, no. Well, that'll help me, because some of those cars were inevitably on the lead lap, right?
All the red cars in the field. R.I.P. R.E.D.
Mike Carroll takes the lead. And we have another caution. Caution. A bunch of cars just got a lap back, including Kevin. There's been an incident on the front stretch. Nigel Ramaswamy has gone around. They got 3 wide down the front stretch, and he got turned into Ronaldo Scott, did the outside wall, hit by Parker, but everybody has more or less continued. A little worse for wear, but not too bad. Ken Joint got a lap back, so did PDJ Zeller, Kevin Corbett, Frank Womack, and Brendan Cruzman-Seves, leader Mike Carroll. Alright, lining up for the restart. Running order. Carroll, Diggs, Cowgill, Bernard Person, Tony Tonto Jr., Mark Huron, Doug Spark, John Cheeseman, Ronaldo Scott, and the 15 of Jared Mogard. Pace cars in, and we are green. Only 15 rolled a lot. Tony, I think you're going to be done. Oh, problems again! Patrick Cowgill gets turned. And it's a big pile up in 3 and 4. A lot of cars involved. I think Patrick just missed getting put into the end of the pit wall. Coming off of turn 2, hooks the back of Diggs, turns him down into Person. Diggs gets away with it. Cowgill into the inside wall. Gonna come. Person spins around, takes out Tonto. Tonto's probably done, and then they all pile in because the track just got blocked. Almost everybody at the back of the field got a little bit of contact in that. And Tonto actually did hit the opening in the turn 3 wall, so he might have been fucked there. Alright, we're going to try and restart him again. Order: Carroll, Diggs, Person, Scott, Mogard, Spark, Bontempi, Guthrie, Parker, and Cruzman-Seves. All these yellows, Kevin is back on the lead lap. The 68, 78, and 80 done for the day. 20 cars still running, pace cars in. Bernard Person goes for the lead. New leader, car 90.
Underdog of the year.
Tony, when you rewound that, I thought that car got hit so hard. Because of the snap change of direction. Jesus. Mogard to the lead. Frank Womack just out there trying to stay on the lead lap for a bit. Okay, I actually have to, like, just let this go and take a shower.
Alright.
Otherwise, my friend will show up and I'll be a stinky boy. So, I'm going to jump in the shower while this runs. There's 125 to go, right? No. 25, 100 and... No, 75 laps to go. Bernard Person has taken the lead. Gonna have to hold off Diggs. Andre Diggs leads with 25 to go this time at the line. Diggs now having to hold off Bontempi as we come closer and closer to 10 to go. Guthrie's closed in on both of them. Will we have a first-time winner, or will Guthrie steal another?
New world record. Tim, your voice crashed the game.
How the fuck did I do that? Good thing it's a replay. Bontempi goes for the lead.
Holy mother.
And Bontempi to the lead. Guthrie now comes up to second. Laps winding down. We're inside 10 to go. Bontempi looking for a first win. Here comes Guthrie. Six laps to go. Bontempi slides high. Guthrie with a run. Guthrie right there on the bumper. 5 to go. To the inside goes Mark Guthrie. Guthrie to the lead down the backstretch. Coming to 4 to go. Guthrie driving away, 2 to go at the line this time. 2 more laps, that's all he's got to do to hold it off. He slides a little high, but Bontempi's not close enough. White flag coming out this time around. Final time around the Speedway for Mark Guthrie. Bontempi still not close enough. Last time down the backstretch, Guthrie looks comfortable unless Bontempi dives it. He's not close enough to dive it. Guthrie gives the bottom just in case the dive comes, but Guthrie's going to win at Anderson. Bontempi second, third goes to Cowgill, then Diggs, Corbett, Person, Zeller, Parker, Ramaswamy, Cheeseman, your top 10. We'll go through the full running order on the results page, because that way I can give you everybody that scores points.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. Got the points locally on my machine. I hadn't uploaded them yet, I don't think. Maybe I didn't even upload them. Oh, no, I hadn't uploaded them yet. Okay, let me upload the points. I presume you had to start a new stream session?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, just the app doesn't show it to me unless I back out and then come back. Okay, oh, no, that's the standings page. Schedule page. Anderson event. Alright, final running order from Anderson. Guthrie, Bontempi, Cowgill, Diggs, Corbett, Person, Parker, Zeller, Ramaswamy, Cheeseman, Carroll, Brandon Cruz Monseves, Doug Spark, Ken Joint, Scott Drake, Jared Mogard, Ronaldo Scott, Frank Womack, Raybo Womack, Mark Huron, Tony Tonto Jr., Tommy Davis, Broderick Whitman. Scoring points from the LCQ, Brandon Rains, JT Armstrong, Jack Painter, Jim Fitzmaurice, Joe Polson, Stephen Lowe, Alex Tello, Connor Germain, Brian Lowe, Malter Hill, Scott Deutsch, Ronaldo Scott, and David Baldinger. Finally, after him, there was another car. Mike Carroll moves within 46 points of the points leader after Dave Daniels scores a giant goose egg. Mark Guthrie up to 4th. Womack drops a spot. Parker gains 1, so does Kevin. Beresford drops 2 spots. He didn't score points today either. 5-spot loss for Aaron Cummings. Nobody in or out of the top 20, but Vatcher dropped to 20th, now 2 points behind Ramondre Diggs. Thank you for joining.